Good evening, everyone, and welcome to oNiD Racing. A slight change in the commentary booth this evening. You were expecting Mr. Adam D, but he's having a night off with the parents. So instead, you have myself, the resident boss man, Johnny Ashley, and I would like to welcome you to Tuesday nights, which can only mean one thing, and that must mean that the GT4s are back, baby. I'm really looking forward to this one. We are at Imola for the first of the round of the season with two 25-minute sprint races. The guys are just finishing up having their driver briefing, so would be a perfect time to introduce my co-commentator for tonight and for the whole series, the man everyone knows on oNiD as Hydronox, Mr. Paul O'Grady.
Hello, hello. The longest day gets a little bit closer to the evening, and with it, start of a brand new season of GT4. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm due to be racing in this one, but as with Adam having a night off, I've decided to have a go in the comms booth and do it all myself. I'm actually leading the cameras and all the overlays for the first time tonight, so wish me luck. But GT4s, we've got two classes again we're going back to two classes this season. Last season we only had the one class. This season we are back to two classes. So we have a Pro and an Am class with 40 registered drivers for this series. Hydra, what do you like about GT4 cars?
Oh boy. Well, there's just two. I think. Well, I was gonna say what I like is that they're somewhat slower and more manageable than most of the GT3s. Like I find there's just so many ways to mess up driving a GT3 car. But for me, it's just the close pack racing that you really get with these cars. Now, seemingly, we're going to see a lot of Porsches racing each other, but there's a whole bunch of them thrown in there as well. Um, Throw some multi-class racing on top of that between the pros and the Ams, and you've got yourself a concoction for a good old night of racing.
Yeah, and mentioning the Porsches, actually a quarter of the sign-ups, or the quarter of the good tonight, is actually Porsches across both the classes. So it's obviously a popular car at the minute. 1.8 has done it some favours. It was a car that was not liked as much, but we run the spec series last time out in the Porsche, and it provided some really, really good racing. And again, people are taking to it, and they're going to use it again this season. So there is some surprising ones out there. There is a Camaro out there. Unfortunately, he's not got his livery loaded in time, but we have got a Camaro. We have got an Alpine as well. I know they go great guns at Imola. And there's quite a few Ginettas. Which
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, that seems like the Johnny influence already seeping very deep in the community. Don't know how I feel about that, to be honest, but it is. I mean,
Fantastic development this is.
so Alpine is that first in NAM at the moment for the practice. I'd be curious to see how that manages on the qualifying.
yeah, it'd be
But
really interesting. It will be. This is my favourite livery I've seen so far. The newest member of the oNiD admin team, Mr. Stevie Bain, driving a Ginetta, so he automatically wins in my book. But not only that, but he has got a Scottish Iron Brew theme to it. It's a really nice looking livery. He's even got Knockhill on the side of it. We have some fond memories of Knockhill, don't we, mate?
oh, we do indeed. We have we have we've endured quite some close racing there. I was just trying to catch a glimpse of the rear bumper of that Janetta. Uh, but yeah, no, that is certainly one way to make an entrance into the admin side of things. And own it. Is he giving Willie a hand with the GT4s?
He is, yeah. I was saying earlier, I've got Willie and Stevie, so I've got a Paddy and a Scotsman running my GT4s. God help us all. God knows what concoction we'll get next season, but it's really good to have Stevie on board. He's really keen to come across and help out. I think on the back of his car it's got "Don't be a can't, be a can." There you go.
There we go. Okay. I was just gonna put it down to the stream quality on my end, but I wasn't quite sure what that last one was.
Yeah, very easy
So,
to get. Very easy to get mixed up. So these guys are just finishing off their practice. So these
right on
guys
cue.
just going into qualifying. So let's just do some jiggery pokery. Let's we drive. There we go. So yeah, as all the guys are out to the pits, I believe it'll be the AMs that are the first people out. Or it might be. No, it looks like the pros. The pros are actually going to be the first ones out then for qualifying. So we will pick up Peter Jelinek. Look at the train of them cars going out.
Yeah, the Camaro looking good.
Yeah, we just see the Alpine in the background as well. So the pros are on the way out. So tonight is a 30-minute qualifying session. No, 15-minute qualifying
15,
session.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming maybe it is a free for all then. So 15-minute qualifying free for all. We usually split the classes in oNiD to give the guys, especially if it's GT3, GT4. We split the classes to give them adequate track time, but no, looks like tonight Stevie's just confirmed there is going to be 33 cars out on track all at the same time trying to get their best lap in, so this is going to be a little bit chaotic for the next 15 minutes.
I would say so. I mean, I would argue it might be, well, yeah, I think it's a bit less chaotic than trying to get a good lap in like 7.5 minutes and just hoping that you don't run wide at like Acro Morale or somewhere else, as we have the cars coming back up the hill towards that front chicane. Yeah, this is going to be a curious one. You're going to have obviously some very quick drivers. I think I was seeing 151s from a certain Will Dendy in the practice session. And obviously, you're going to be going a few seconds back then as you get further back down the grid. But definitely at Imola, you're going to be hoping for a bit of clean air and a bit of empty space in front of you to just get a good clean lap together and hopefully build on a good, nice quality as we just have the traffic forming. I was wondering why everyone was going so slow. Oh, that is 6 o'clock on a Friday. If ever.
That is the M25 on a Friday night, right there. As Mr. Jelinek has decided he's had enough of that generator in a straight line and has decided he's going to go straight past. So we'll go on board with Petty Jelinek then, just to see what a lap of Imola is like in a GT4. Quite a tricky first corner. You need to get it right, and exactly what I do is slide through that first corner and make your way through to the second chicane of the track. He seems to have some good space in front of him, so he's got, I think that's Ben just in front of him there as he comes through the second chicane. So it's a comfortable gap for him to get a decent lap in. Obviously, with having Ben in front of him as well, Ben's pretty quick in a GT4. That gap will surely maintain or increase. But while we're watching Mr. Jelinek go around the track, then we have some people in chat to say hello to. So we have Heike van der Veen in there. Oh, Legger's in there as well. Hello, evening, Legger. Matt Holman saying good luck to everyone tonight. Marino87 with the fire it up emojis. Stevie Bain is in there. Extreme Beef is here. And, Mercy Caller, Mr. Sam Page is here as well. Good evening to everyone. Hope you're looking forward to some exciting GT4 racing. It's nothing short of exciting usually. As you see, Dog Juice then just off the exit of the chicane then, as you see Jelinek then is coming down the hill towards the last couple of corners to finish his first lap. And we'll see.
Yeah, no, we've a good few viewers in chat at the moment. I'd like to say hello to everyone, and then a different hello to Mr. Extreme Beef, who I guess I'm not on speaking terms with anymore.
You already disowned him. He's only had the PC about half an hour.
It's all it takes. It's all it takes. I'm a fickle boy.
So Petty Jelinek comes across the line and has gone into fifth straight away. Will Dendy, as we thought, straight onto that top spot.
Yeah, he wasn't long bringing out the 151s. Ben Brown, third place. By night.
So yeah, Mr. Dendy then straight in with the 51.4s was his first lap. Not a bad first lap, is it, really? Straight into the
Not at all
51s.
start strong. Yeah, if that's a banker, I'd hate to see what the rest of them are.
Extreme Beef says, "Oh no, you told them."
He broke my heart gently.
I didn't. It was savage. So yeah, Will then he's currently 3 tenths up on his lap as he comes through the chicane at the top of the hill. Makes his way down to the final 2 corners of the lap. Lost a little bit of time through the chicane, but he's still 2.5 tenths up on his best. I'd be mad to see him get into the 50s.
Yeah, just looking at the leaderboard so far, and you have a funny situation where Willie Black, probably just on a banker lap, is down in 19th in the pro category, but he's separated by a good wall of AMs ahead of him. And if qualifying is anything like how he normally sorts these things out, then you could have a very, very evenly divided split between pros and AMs. You
Yeah,
can find the time.
it could be spot on. Willie's usually spot on with his
Mm.
classes. He's usually spot on, but as we see, Will Dendy then is putting a 51 flat of his second fastest lap. Let's go and have a look round.
Me.
We've got Stevie Bain currently 4 tenths up on his lap, giving that Ginetta a good slide on his way down to Acqua Minerale. And he's on an absolute stormer at the minute. He is 7.5 tenths up on his fastest lap. So he is really going good guns at the minute as he makes his way up to a very tricky chicane. And one famously in a Ginetta I managed to jump another car with.
Yeah, you managed to find the off ramp of the Imola circuit.
It was like some out of BeamNG. I think absolutely sent it. So Stevie Bain then came around the last 2 corners, loses a little bit of time through the first left-hander as he's come out of the final corner then onto the main straight. It's 7.5 tenths up on his best at the minute. Where is this going to put him? It puts him up to 3rd. That's a great lap from Stevie Bain. Straight up into 3rd. Hashtag Bain is no rookie.
Yeah, he's in a Porsche sandwich right at the moment.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, 2 either side of him. That's scary stuff. We're looking at Petr Jelinek, who's currently 1.3 seconds up on his fastest lap.
I don't see a second Audi on track, but the first one that we have is currently leading in the AMs. It was a great time.
Yeah, he's the only Audi on track, I can confirm. So Petr Jelinek then is coming to cross the line. Currently 1.4 seconds up. And that puts him up to 2nd. That's a great lap as well from Petr Jelinek. So up to 2nd for Petr. He'll be pleased with that effort. Let's go and have a look at... A Shipper goes 2nd then. Just going to go and have a look at an old face of Zvonimir Burek. Hasn't raced with us for a couple of seasons, but I've raced with him quite a bit in oNiD and over in OTL as well. So he's out in his trusty Aston Martin. It's his usual go-to for GT4s. And he's currently 4 tenths up on his quickest lap. And he moves his way up to 14th position. So
Yeah, cracking time.
Yeah, Yuval Sharon then in the Ada Pro Esports Porsche, currently in 4th, but is on an absolute flying lap. Currently 7 tenths up on his best at the minute, and he'll be looking to make his way and close that gap towards Will Dendy as he comes through the last corner then, and he's going to make his way onto the main straight. Lost a little bit of time for the last 2 corners. He's still 6 tenths up on his fastest lap, so that'll be enough to put him into 3rd, I would think. So he makes his way across the line then, yeah, and he does go 3rd.
Fantastic development this is.
Hultig 65.
What a fantastic development it was.
Holtec65, thank you for the follow, my friend. Brilliant stuff.
A plus timing. A plus timing.
So have a look at
As
currently the leader in the AM class then, Richard Mazan, who is currently half a second up on his best. And he's going to be
that's going to
mixing.
jump in.
He's going to mix him right with the pros.
Up to 10th, 11th.
Up to 12th he goes then. So he's right in the mix with some of them pros as well. Only if
Is Willie Black still in the pits, or has he gone back out on track? Because I don't see his time in the top 24.
so there he's currently 26th. I think.
What a livery! What a livery!
I knew you'd say that.
Oh, I'm just shedding a single tear. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I was going to say, is it going to bring a tear to your eye? Oh dear.
I mean, no, I can't say I've had a can of Iron Brew, but I have lived in this country though. Oh, and he's even taken the number one. Oh, he knew. He's trying to play Castor's favorite.
I love the fact that his car's called They're Magically Delicious as well. I don't know what's magically delicious, but
Yeah. Must be those Lucky Charms.
I'm not going to do the really bad Simpsons impression now. I'll leave that to the viewers.
Potato Man, where the hell have you been?
So Willie's he's obviously on an outlap. He's going to really have to push to be mixing it in with the pros. He's letting some few cars. He's trying to find some space. Do you think he'll get? I think he'll get a couple of laps in, won't he?
I think so. Probably only 2 laps, I'd say, if he times it well. But that's just. But you see, he's kind of like. I mean, he's in 26th now, but like Imola is such a pain for just running it a smidge wide and just losing the time altogether. So it'd be like he's kind of piled some pressure on himself to get 2 clean laps in. So at least he's got 2 chances, but he could always try either go for a banker now and then try and go for a quick one, or just chuck it at the wall and see if he can get a very quick one in this first time.
I'll stay on board with Willie and see where he can make his way up the field or not. So he's got plenty of space around him. He's got a car just in front of him, but that's shouldn't be close enough to cause him any issues.
The KTM in 24th can't penetrate the blockade of Aston Martins ahead of him.
Obviously, the car just letting Willie go then, so he's got a good chance. He's got some room. He's got some space. While he's on his lap, we'll do a quick run through then of the current top 10. Will Dendy, Yotam Sharon, Yuval Sharon, Michelle Schipper, Petr Jelinek, Ben Brown, Craig Matheson, Ash Knight, Stevie Bain, and Daniele Chiuducci is in 10th, and they are only 1.2 seconds between the top 10, so very close in the qualifying. As when Willie makes his way up towards the chicane at the top of the hill, a lot of time can be lost here as he slides his way through it, takes the curb nicely, and makes his way down then towards the last 2 corners of the lap.
McLaren ahead of him is on an invalid lap, so I don't think he's going to catch him at this point, but just in case he slows down to get a gap going ahead. But catches a bit of the curb on the inside.
He's only 2/10 up on his quickest lap.
Well, that's going to put him 25th. So maybe he has.
Maybe he does have. He's struggling maybe with the Ginetta around here. Maybe the tyres are not up to temperature yet, but no, he's really in the middle of that AM pack. Surely he's not done himself out of in the wrong class.
Sandbagging. Could be.
Sandbagged so much he's put himself in pro.
Yeah.
Like reverse sandbagging.
The inverse sandbag, exactly.
So there's only 10 minutes left of qualifying. Dendy
10 seconds.
is, what did I say? 10 minutes. Yeah, you know what I mean. 10 seconds.
So,
There's no seconds left now. Look, qualifying is finished. So this has really got to count for Willie. And he is down on his lap. So it's not looking good for him. Let's go and have a look at Nick Ewers then, who is currently 7/10 up on his, with one of the best names for a racing team out there. I'll let you guys read it. I'm not going to announce it.
So obviously the Tuneta itself isn't too bad around here. He's managed to get up in 20th.
Yeah, and he's, what, 6/10 up, as long as he keeps it valid and within the track limits.
Could get him up to 17th.
Yeah, he is currently 6.5 up, so really pushing then as he comes through the final 2 corners. There's no change at the top. Everyone has pitted. We have got a couple of changes we're going to have a look in a minute. So we'll follow Nick Ewers then as he comes across the line. He's lost a bit of time in the last 2 corners, but he will gain a position 4/10 up currently as he crosses the line, and he stays 20th in the end. That's unfortunate. We're going to go on with Yuval Sharon then as he comes out the last corner. He is 2.5 up on his best lap, which will be enough to get him in front of his brother and into 2nd position. And does, and how close he was to Dendy in the end as well. Very close.
Wow.
So well done, Yuval Sharon. Sharon picks up 2nd place. The only car I think we have left on track is Ryan Davis, who's a couple of tenths up. A couple of tenths will be enough to take him above Willie Black, who did manage to make it up to 23rd, but then goes to 24th. So these guys, that is the end of qualifying.
And that's going to be the grid order for both races, is that right?
It is, yeah, that is correct. So here we are then. These guys all preparing their car ready for the first of 2 25-minute races. So the order will be for both races: Will Dendy, Yuval Sharon, Yotam Sharon, Michelle Shipper in 4th, Ash Knight, Petr Jelinek, Ben Brown in 7th, Craig Matheson in 8th, Stevie Bain in 9th, Daniele Gadici in 10th, McNichol in 11th, Tenyo in 12th, Burek 13th, Mazan in 14th, Kufel in 15th, Hearn 16th, 17th is Lewitsky, Eisner is down in 18th, Rajitas in 19th, Hewers in 20th, Davis 21st, Fairweather 22nd, Heike van der Veen down in 23rd, Willie Black in 24th, Wagner in 25th, Law 26th, Sherlock 27th, Savchuk 28th, Ben P in 29th, Lynche in 30th, Bruce in 31st, Stant in 32nd, and Graham Jackson in 33rd.
Tiger Van de Veen in chat saying, "Why is Billy behind me? I don't like that."
No one likes having Willie Blackhammer behind them. So, as they make their way down then, short formation lap. So
the arms have been loaded. I'm not sure if you saw the the sign that was over the gantry on that on that straight coming down to the last few turns. Will Dendy then preparing to lead this pack off into turn one at Imola. In the GT4s, it's going to be chaotic, I would say.
Yeah, down to that first chicane is going to be the first corner. It's going to be tough, but when we have a look then, Dendy leading the way with Yuval Sharon then in second. Who will get the better jump? 3 Porsches in the top 3 positions. Shipper's McLaren in fourth is your front 2 rows. So we'll see how this works out. As we are waiting for the green then. Dendy from Sharon. And the green light is go. And Sharon looks to have made a very, very good start. Just got his nose in front of Dendy. Then straight off the start there, side by side then on their way down into turn one. Who is going to outbrake who? Dendy, braver on the brakes, covers the inside. Takes the lead. Shipper around the outside of Yotam Sharon as well. And he moves up into third. So a fairly steady start. I haven't seen a yellow flag. So it looks like they've all got through the first chicane very, very cleanly. As we see Dendy then from Sharon, from Shipper, from Sharon, from Knight. Really good start. I thought Sharon was going to have Dendy on the outside. It was a really brave move.
Yeah, it was very close. And it looks like Jelinek dropped back slightly, I think, after turn 2 or 3 there. Just kind of lost a little bit on the exit. So dropped a bit of speed.
Yeah, Petty Jelinek down into 7th. Let's go and have a quick look at who's leading our So it's Didier Reuters, is that what you say? He's leading. Oh no, he's not. Yeah, he currently is. We're waiting for the leaderboard to update. My leaderboard has got Regitas in first position in the AM class then from Ryan Davis. That looks like it's a good little battle going on.
So I wonder what happened to the Alpine and the the Alpine's way back down, and the I don't see the Audi anymore.
No, so there must have been an incident. The Audi is down in 29th.
That'll do it.
So let's go back up the front then. Dendy still leads the way then, coming to the end of the first lap. From Yuval Sharon and Michelle Shipper in third. Great view.
Shipper, yeah, the Shipper sandwiched between 2 matching liveries.
Yeah, both the Sharon brothers as well. Not a place I would want to be a part. But Denny's made a bit of a mistake and does run wide. And that allows Yuval Sharon into the lead and Michelle Shipper then up into second position. Let's go and have a look what happened there to Will Dendy. See if we can catch it. Goes wide, then catches the curb through turn 2 and just sends him out onto the gravel. He managed to hold it well, but he has lost 2 positions. So Yuval Sharon currently leads the way from Michelle Shipper.
And that's going to unsettle him a bit.
Yeah, really difficult through that. The sausage curbs as well in the first part, the first 2 corners. It's really difficult. If you get the line slightly wrong, it can spit you off, like what we've just seen happen.
But if we have Porsches side by side, yeah.
Ash Knight having a look at Yotam Sharon as they go for Aquamilla Alley. Not quite a move done there, but it's bringing Ben Brown into the mix as well.
I was just going to say, yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be interesting as they go through here. Who can keep it in the right way, but how close M3 are then. Very, very tight. And I know the AMG is a fantastic car over the curbs as well, so Ben will be able to take as much curb as available to him as well. So, but yeah, look at that, 4 Porsches in the top 5. It's quite incredible.
And how are they on the brakes? Because I know the GT3 Porsche is pretty nifty on the old braking, but would the GT4 cousin be similarly good, or does it struggle at all?
Yeah, no, I think that it is very good under the brakes. It is certainly better than most GT4s. GT4s are not brilliant in braking, but this is probably one of the better cars for it. And I think we'll see Will Dendy going for a move anytime soon, and we might see them brakes in action He's really close then to Michelle Shipper. Is he going to make a move into the hairpin? Thinks better of it, tucks in behind. Take him around the corner. Really, really close to Shipper there. Let's go and have a look back. That's how close Will Dendy is to Michelle Shipper.
Yeah, he just got a really good exit, or like just turned around that hairpin very nicely.
Oh, and he looks like
he runs slightly wide.
Oh, and it looks like Sharon's made it. Had an issue as well, and Shipper's gone wide. And Shipper's the one who's lost out, and he's lost out to Yotam Sharon, who's just a little bit of contact there. And does that give Knight a go? 3 wide. That's going to be brave. They have sorted themselves out a little bit, but Yotam Sharon up the inside then will lose out and get pushed out. But Ash gets a little touch as well. It's going to bring
I was just going to say,
Ben Brown into it. My God.
And Jelinek is back in amongst it as well. Is that...
Look at
it.
This is not going to go. Shipper then have a look at the inside.
Very brave.
How they've all got through there.
Yeah, like all the way from Macklin and Raleigh, there was like, we'll say Shipper and Dendy kind of had it coming together. And then coming up the hill, it was Sharon and Shipper, I think, or someone. But like, how none of those cars just went flinging into the barriers. They all held it so well. In scenarios, I would have just like surely been crashing out, as we have the Iron Brew car running wide in turn 1 behind.
Yeah.
We have a certified gaggle of cars. Battling away from me.
Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Clio train at Silverstone that we used to have. All tucked in, and it used to snake down the hangar straight. All very similar, all very close. This is what we love about GT4 racing. It is so close.
Yeah, the leaders are only less than 3 seconds up the road, not a mile away. And Will Dendy, as he shown earlier on, he makes mistakes too, but he's piling the pressure on right now.
He is human after all.
He bleeds like we do.
So he's very, very close to the rear bumper then of Yuval Sharon. Sharon covers the inside, bounces the curb. It's a little bit loose. Good exit from Will Dendy. Has Dendy got it done?
You would think so.
Side by side. It's going to have the inside, I would think, for the next corner. That little touch, little door bang. Last of the late breakers. Dendy seems confident. Goes wide. Sharon takes it back. Good effort from Will Dendy.
Well held by Sharon, though.
Incredible. But these two battling is going to bring that nice snake of cars behind into play. The more these two battle. So
Not even halfway through this first race.
It's incredible.
Has down the inside of turn 1.
No, he thought better of it, I think. Just tucked in behind. These two are really going at it. Just 2.5 tenths between them. He wouldn't have a go into this corner. It would be too tight, but he's still very, very close. Little mistake here and could be all over it. Quite a bit of curb there from Sharon. Might have hampered him a little bit. Will tries to go around the outside. That would be an incredible move to get that done. Not quite.
Switchback was covered off as well.
Yeah, it was good car placement from Sharon.
But look at that gap now to 3rd place.
To the other Sharon. So Will is surrounded by Sharons.
I mean, I did like how in the last lap before the chicane, Will Dendy was trying to fill both mirrors, and in fact all the mirrors in Sharon's car. But now his mirrors, both front and back, he's filled with yellow Porsches.
Yeah. As he goes up the inside. Oh, that's a little cheeky move as he held it. He has a little bit of a nudge, but I think that was all fair, really. And Will's managed to get through for first then. As we look at Yotam Sharon having a look at the inside of his brother. Yotam then up the inside. Gets that move done as well. Can he hold it? He can. So Yotam is then up into second, and Yuval has gone from first to third in 2 corners.
Yeah, Knight currently sitting in fourth with the fastest lap.
Yeah, and he's closing up on Yuval as well. And Ben's still there as well in 5th. So this is a nice little gaggle. They're going to have a good old battle. Both the Sharon brothers drive for the same team. I don't think we're going to see too many team orders though. I think it's every man for himself.
Ooh,
Yuval
he takes a lot of the sausage curve there.
He does, and Ash is going to have a look. So Ash is going to have the inside for this. Is it going to be another position lost for Yuval? They are side by side. Ash gives him plenty of room.
Again, how is there no death? How is there no death? How do these guys do it? That should be immediately 2 cars just gone either direction. Ben Brown with the easy position.
Just as we say that, Yuval has made his way into the lead past Will Dendy. So I don't know if Will's had an issue, a little mistake, and he's lost a bit of time. Let's go and have a look. So Will coming through the second chicane, goes a foot in the gravel. It allowed,
lifts.
And then he's had a dive at the inside and the switch back from Yuval. Little door bang. That position is mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the payback for the chicane, perhaps a little touchy.
Yeah, and Yuval.
Fantastic racing.
So Yuval,
just kind of playing it all out at the moment. He's just really chucking those cars around, as I suppose you can do. But yeah, he's definitely no stranger to the old gravel traps at the moment.
No, and I was speaking to Will. I don't know if you heard on Friday, he was the guest commentary on the Jimmy 2.4 series, and I met him on Sunday, and he's a real life GT4 driver, and he says actually the GT4s in ACC are very, very close to the real thing as well. So I guess the feel for the car is quite natural for him, so he has confidence in being able to throw it around.
Yeah.
Oh, as we see Shipper go off, and how has Shipper missed Ben Brown there? That is a big one. That is a really big one. Let's go and have a quick look at that. So Shipper then right behind Ben Brown. Goes for the move. Oh, wow. I'm not quite sure what happened. How he has missed everyone there is incredible. And yeah, back to the pits for Shipper. That's really unfortunate. So we go and have a look. Go on, Roger.
Well, no, I was just going to say he's given the engineers some tasks to get the car ready for race number 2. As we see Yuval Sharon just running slightly wide on the exit of that hairpin. Ben Brown itching for a P4 at this stage.
Yeah.
Fantastic development this is.
Quincy275, thank you for the following. And yes, Murray was spot on again.
I will never tire of hearing those. Never.
So on board with Ben Brown then. Good pace from Ben, but Ash Knight still holds the fastest lap of the race up in 3rd. And these guys seem to be slowly eking a gap out from each other now. Let's go and have a look down in 16th then. Nikolai Tainio making his way past, or trying to make his way past, a very difficult to pass Heike van der Veen. Both in the Aston Martin. And of course they're in different classes. We do allow the classes to race. But obviously it's using your racecraft. And knowing that if the guy behind you is a different class and clearly faster, it will help your race just to let them go. But that's not in Heike's racing manual. He loves a battle.
Yeah, at some point the instincts just take over, and probably feels like maybe he's quicker in just certain parts of the track.
Yeah, it does look
Nice
that way.
defense on the inside. Oh, but he's looked on the inside. Again, they've kept it clean somehow. These lads are I would say, in a league of their own.
They are indeed. Heike is currently running up in 3rd in M class, so that's currently a really, really good result for him. Really throwing that Aston Martin around, and that will help a little bit because Yeah, Tanio's just hit the gravel there, as so many people do, going around that corner.
Yeah, currently looking at an all Aston Am podium.
It is I've just seen it, an all amateur Aston Martin class podium. It's very good indeed. Let's go and have a look as we see Yuval Sharon then right on the rear bumper of Ash Knight. Ash Knight goes to the inside to cover. Is Yuval going to try and go for the switchback? I think he may have got that done. He has. So Yuval Sharon, oh, it's not quite done yet though.
Wow. How did he hold on to that?
No
Ben
idea.
Brown
Just
hoping
looks...
to find a way through as well.
So Yuval has just snuck then past Ash Knight. Ben Brown looking for a move as well on Ash Knight. Can he get it done? He's got Yuval in front of him as well.
Is Chris Martin racing in this league? Because all I'm seeing is yellow.
Oh, Coldplay puns are back. As Ben goes to the inside, that is a great move if he's got that stuck. They are side by side. Little touch of the door bang. Little door bang.
What are you doing?
Sends Ash into the gravel. And Ash has lost 2 spaces there because Craig Matheson has made his way through as well. So Ben makes his way up to 4th. A little cheeky door bang from Ben there.
Indeed. As we have Michelle in the chat saying, I effed it up so bad. It was unlucky.
I wasn't sure if it was a wheel disconnect or the way he went off to the right hand side. Looks like it just was a complete malfunction of technical equipment, but no, he's effed it up in his own words so bad. Sorry to hear that, Michelle. You were looking good as well. Looking good for a good result.
At least there are 2 races this evening, so plenty still to play for. We have some cars hopping those sausage curbs. Steve getting a good run down into the last 2 corners. Will he have a cheeky nose in?
Yeah, this will be a last of the late breakers. That Ginetta is good on the brakes as well. He's stuck inside. Has he got that done? I think Ash is just in front of him. So yeah, Stevie Bain though, up in 7th. That is not too bad at all.
See, Willie Black is up into 18th.
Yeah, let's go and have a check in with Willie Black. He's got Zvonimir Burek for company, and that car does not look in good nick.
Yeah, looks like it's
Svon's going to go at the inside, no dramas there. Willie's gone wide onto the gravel, and Zvon makes his way through, even with a broken car.
Just precision timing with the camera switch over to Willie. There, Johnny. Perfect.
I think we call it a stream snipe.
Yeah. Crucified.
So, Matheson has had an issue. I just want to go back and have a look at this, because Matheson was running up in that pack with Ben Brown, so he's had a look at the inside of Ben Brown. He's got Ash Knight's there as well. Matheson's got a little touch there from Ben. They've all gone off. Watch the rejoin, Matheson. Oh, they've all got rejoined safely. Oh, that was close. So, looks like he's just... it'd be a shame if he's parked it.
I think all our muscles have clenched after that.
So, I don't know what happened, but Craig Matheson still parked on the corner.
Now gently rolling down the hill.
Yeah, interesting to see what's going on with that one. Yeah, and he has returned to the garage, unfortunately.
Maybe just took one too many knocks.
Let's go and have a look at some of the new drivers then. So we've got Daniele Gadici. I had a race with him the other week over on Jimmy Broadbent's server in the GT4s at Alton Park. He looked pretty good. And he looks like he's having a good battle here with Hamish Eastner and Hearn as well for that 9th spot.
Yeah, it's one of a few Mercs that we have in the series at the moment. But yeah, no, he looks to be having a fine race so far. Big fan of the old livery.
Yeah, it's a very nice looking livery, that one. This is quite a close battle. Nice little gaggle of cars.
I'm getting very close.
Yeah, looking to go around the outside and get the inside. That's a great move from Hearn.
Oh,
Really, they're still
how's
going
the
at
exit?
it. Side by side. Porsche's going to have it on the brakes. Yeah, just a switch back. No, job done.
Great stuff.
So Daniel Hearn. That was a great move. Around the outside to the inside of the chicane. Really got that move done. Even with the slide nearly out onto the gravel.
Yeah, clean and respectful from both drivers as well. You love to see it.
You love to see it. I haven't heard that for ages. You love
That's because
to
you
see
have
it.
you haven't had racing that you love to see until you had me along.
So gap out front then, Will Dendy, 1.5 seconds. Currently clear of Yuval Sharon. Or was that? No, Yotam Sharon, sorry. And then we have Yuval Sharon 2 seconds back. Ash Knight in 4th. And Ben Brown rounds out the top 5. Stevie Bain, fair play, up into 6th. That's a great run for him with only 4 minutes left. This race is not over yet, that's for sure. We go back to Gadici then.
Has the run on him, perhaps going into turn 1.
What he
Maybe
does
the
have,
Porsche was the one that was kicking up the dust.
yeah, and what he does have is the inside for turn 1. Little door bang. That's all fair in love and war. And he looks like, as he got that done, took a lot of sausage, but we know the AMG can take a lot of curb. And has got
Over
that
the
move.
inside line.
Yeah, that move has been done so far. But Daniel Hearn then making his way back. This time has got the inside. Kadici's got the inside of the second part of the chicane. Has
So
Hearn
much
got it
respect
done
between
again?
these two.
And Hearn, under brakes, looks to have got the move done again.
I think this is a race or a battle we're going to see right up until the check flag.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be one to look out for with only 3 minutes left. They are battling for 10th position. The good news for Hamish Easner and 9th is this was a really close battle to them. And they have managed to scamper away to a 3.5 second lead from Hearn and Gadici then. So, brilliant stuff.
Now, remind me, Johnny, is there a point for fastest lap in this series?
No,
Or is it just bragging rights?
just bragging rights.
Perfect.
Yeah, no points for the fastest lap. But
So, currently looking at an all Porsche podium in Pro, and then an all Aston podium in AM.
yeah,
So,
very true.
Pro for Porsche, Aston for AM. The universe aligns again.
And it's probably, Zikadici got a little bit wide out the last corner, and that's probably perfect for a Pro-Am split. The Aston Martin is quite a nice stable car to drive, really easy to get on with for amateur drivers, for rookie drivers, for people who are new to the game. And the Porsche takes a little bit more skill to master, which would suit a pro driver, so it's quite a fitting podium, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Even from 12th down to 17th, it's just all that.
So a quick Willie Buck check-in. He's up to 18th. Still battling his way with Zvonimir Burek, who's in that badly damaged Aston Martin. Now, the gap out front was a couple of seconds. It's now down to 6/10.
Now, I would put money on perhaps Will Dendy losing it somewhere rather than Yotam Sharon. Oh, as
And
we
again,
see. Yeah.
whether he's struggling with his tyres, whether he's made a mistake on this lap. Their last lap was within a tenth of each other. So we see Yotam Sharon then right on the rear bumper of Will Dendy.
Yeah. Managed to get that car slowed down in time to not collect the two of them.
So I'll be interested to see Will's lap time. As Will crosses the line then. I wonder if he's had an issue on the last lap. His lap was a 53.3, yeah, so almost a second quicker for Yotam Sharon last time around the track, as we are on to the last lap then. So this is going to be right down to the wire. And if they start battling, you have Yuval in the background as well. He's only a second back.
Yeah, you just see Will Dendy's he kind of popped up on two wheels just slightly going through those sausage curbs. Just giving Yotam just a little bit of leeway just to catch up with him a little bit. But as we get through the lap, he's running out of places where he could pass.
Yeah.
You're not going to have another turn one to make a dive into anymore.
No, and he got made a little bit of a slide coming out of the hairpin, so that would have lost him a little bit of time. Still only half a second between Dendy, Sharon, and then 7/10 further back is Yuval Sharon. So as they make their way through Acqua Minerale for the last time in race one, make their way up the hill towards the chicane. Oh, I could just hear a yellow flag being waved and a car spinning round, so that one's got back going again. But as they make their way through the chicane then, Dendy solidly through the chicane. Probably the only chance that Yuval's going to have is down the hill into this hard braking zone. He's going to have to be brave. Send it. So Dendy
Go on. He's with the back marker just taken to the gravel.
So Dendy round the last corner. Dendy then from Yotam Sharon, then Yuval Sharon, and all Porsche 123 as they cross the line. Dendy first, Yotam Sharon second, Yuval Sharon in third. Thank you, Dendy, for the little flash as well. You obviously knew he was on stream.
Flashing in elation
It
with
was
that win.
Indeed. It was.
And
As we
I
see
think
that
he's actually. Oh, sorry. I think he was actually fairly well to hold on to that win. I would say that race for Will Dendy had quite a few mistakes that you wouldn't expect to see. The two Sharon brothers just seemed to apply the pressure by just keeping it consistent, and I think really gave him a run for his money.
And congratulations to Didier Reuters then, who takes the AM victory from Ryan Davis. And then Craig Fairweather, who takes third.
As we have the mid-pack there, just an absolute cavalcade of cars making their way through. Willie Black among them. Hiker van der Veen.
Fully
taking the
yeeting
optimal line. Yeah.
So we'll run.
He really wanted to get up to that to the Senna statue just to
have a little celebration. Will Dendy in chat. I'll flash you anytime, Johnny. As long as you only mean about your lights. Thank you very much, Mr. Dendy. But no, there was a few bumps in the road then for Will, but he's made it count. And he's got the first victory of the night. Like you said, Porsche 1, 2, 3 and 4. Ben Brown then made his way around into 5th. Petty Jelinek in 6th. Stevie Bain in 7th. Joseph Koifel in 8th. Hamish Eastner in 9th. Daniel Hearn managed to hold on for 10th. Daniele Godici in 11th. And then Reuters in 1st in AM class, 12 overall. Ryan Davis gets on the podium. Well done, Ryan. Good run for you. Gets 2nd. Tenio makes it 14th. Craig Fairweather makes it 3rd in AM class and 15th overall. And Heike van der Veen as well, 17th and 4th overall in the AM class. Stevie says, that was tough on the straight. Well, yeah, you are in the Ginetta, unfortunately. Not the easiest car in a straight line, but... And Yuval Sharon ends up getting the fastest lap of the race with a 1:51.6 as well, so that's a good effort from Yuval. That was a good race, wasn't it?
That was absolutely I'm feel like I'm wrecked after that. That was just high intensity. I like, and I think that really boils down what's great about GT4s. Like, I feel like in a GT3 race, like you'll have those battles, but they wouldn't be nearly as like drawn out. Whereas we saw like just we saw was it the oh, who was it? I'm terrible with names already. As I'm quickly flicking through the cars, there was the was it the 10th place Merc that we're looking at. So I was battling with the Porsche, just like lap in, lap out, in by the hairpin.
Daniel Hearn and Daniele
That was
Gadici.
the one. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it was a great battle. It was a fantastic battle. So yeah, more to come. Race 2 is on its way. They're just waiting for the session to start.
Now, in a two-race setup with what looks to be identical weather conditions, would you ever like? Do you think any of these drivers will be making any setup changes, or they will be just
It's a good time
playing it the
to.
same one?
It's a good time to check your tyre pressures. Make sure you're reloading your setup. You know, if your tyres were out in that race slightly, you can make them adjustments to bring them back within the optimal window. Some people might have overfueled, not really knowing how much fuel they'd need for that race, so they might be taking a little bit of fuel out. But yeah, there'll be minor adjustments to the car. All in the aid of trying to get a little bit more speed out of it, a little bit more manoeuvrability maybe, and looking to work their way up the grid.
Now, chat, I have a question for you. Are you all loading? Are your arms loading in chat?
Is my what?
Are your arms loading?
Loading arms. I was like, what's he on about? Ah, I see.
I've got two stumps that just aren't rendering. Okay, and
I'm 3 fingers away from being fully loaded.
that's another sentence to just take completely out of context.
Oh dear.
But yes, I have noticed that the wind has picked up from 1 kilometer an hour to 2 from the last race. So changing weather, that's gonna
little bit of variable weather.
I think that's a downwind gust for the Ginettas on the straight.
Gives them an extra kilometre an hour down the straight.
Exactly. Which will be rendered useless by the fact that every other car will get.
yeah. So as they make their way down, then short formation lap for race 2. Here they go, making their way through the final 2 corners. Now Yuval got a really good run on Will Dendy into the first corner in the last race. So let's see what happens at the start of race 2. Michelle Schipper's back after his really big accident. He said he had so much overspeed that when he turned right, he just carried on turning right. So big accident for Schipper in race 1. He had some good pace in that McLaren.
Yeah, we'll see how the Alpine and the Audi can get on in the AM classes. Clean, I won't get caught up in any nonsense at the mid pack. As we wait to go green, Will Dendy with a second go at being the lead car.
As they come around then, waiting for that green light. Yuval seems to be a little bit further back than he was last time. And it is green. They are away. Will Dendy then this time gets a really good start. And Yuval Sharon tucks right in behind him straight away, looking for that inside line. And try and have a look around the outside. You see Ash Knight then having a look at the inside of Schipper, but that got blocked off by Yotam. And Schipper then makes his way past Yotam Sharon, and Dendy is away. Schipper then up into third, and Dendy is away indeed. As Ash Knight makes his way through past Yotam Sharon as well, so he's up to 4th.
Yeah, it looked like there was a bit of a little bit of door banging between Ben Brown, I think Yellowneck, and another yellow car, or possibly the orange one, as they were just navigating through turn 1 and 2. Yeah, but it looks like everyone's kind of kept it clean. Looking at the radar, it doesn't look like, oh, I see a yellow flag further back.
Yeah, that yellow flag is for that Alpine Unfortunately, looks like they've had an incident. Looks like it might have been with Heike van der Veen. Let's see if we can catch that. Looks like he's just lost it all on his own. Not quite sure what happened to Heike. Yeah, unfortunately that Alpine lost it on the curb. And had to wait for the whole field to pass him. So he is down in 34th, which gives the lead of the AM class to Nick Ewers in the Ginetta. Leading the way from Avlowitsky in the Audi, number 10 Audi then.
Because we have, I think, a yellow flag at the chicane further back as well.
Yeah, looks like Tony Laws had a little bit of an issue. Let's go and see what's happened to him. Makes his way for Acqua Minerale.
As we wait with bated breath.
Oh, broke quite hard, got a little nudge, and ends up facing completely the wrong way. But
that is a fantastic rejoin, though.
Was impressive.
What composure! Yeah.
Rejoin of the day goes to Mr. Tony Law. The backup
that was incredible.
Dendy is away, and he's pulled a gap from Yuval Sharon. The gap is 1.5 seconds already. Further back, we see Ash Knight and Yotam Sharon with a nice little gaggle of cars as well. Ben Brown in the mix, Craig Matheson, Stevie Bain.
Already such a different complexion to the race than the last one.
Yeah, Dendy's got that early lead. A couple of early mistakes last time around for Dendy. And then he dropped to like third, so had to battle his way back up to eventually get the victory. But it's the same gaggle of cars further back than it was in race one. So Knight, Sharon, Brown, Matheson, Bain all battling for on trying to get onto that podium. As you see, Matheson gets a little bit wide and over the curbs, and that's going to give Stevie Bain a look going downhill. It's going to be brave to go around the outside. I don't think he'll get it done unless he gets the switchback done, but I think Matheson's got that one covered off. He has. So Stevie Bain then still in 8th.
And you know, Johnny, just thinking about it, in race one, we didn't see a single drive-through.
We didn't.
Which I would have thought is strange for Imola, because it's now maybe you just lose a lot of speed when you go off the track, but definitely for the chicane and was it the top of the hill before Acqua Minerale.
Yeah, it is very, very easy to run off, especially through the chicanes, and get done for taking too much or not the racing line at all. But as we see Schipper then 6/10 behind Yuval Sharon. Schipper was really unlucky in race one. He definitely had the pace to be battling with the Sharon brothers and Dendy. Just a little bit out of position and managed to put it into a wall.
Yeah, there's a notable difference between this and last race. This race, he's found himself in front of Ben Brown and not behind him. So I think the chances for getting overspeed from the Merc and then careening off track are significantly less this time around.
Creaming it off track.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, and have a quick look as we see Yotam Sharon then right on the tail of Ash Knight. As the Sharon brothers have switched round kind of this time, as Yuval was down in 3rd at the end of race 1 and Yotam was up in 2nd, so we know Yotam's got a good pace, just got to make his way past Ash Knight and towards Michel Schipper to put himself in that situation again. As we see Schipper run wide. And
just manages to hold on, not losing too much speed.
Yeah, and
holds on to the position from the exit.
Yeah,
somehow has a good exit.
That McLaren in a straight line is unbelievably quick, but it does give Yotam Sharon a chance on Ash Knight. If he can get alongside, which he can't, he'll just tuck in behind. Maybe have a go into turn 1. He's having a think about it. Not this time. Did have a think about it though. Pulled out like he was going to have a go.
It looked like he was still thinking past the point at which he would have decided.
Yeah. You see Willie Black up in 23rd, and we've got Nick Hughes has had an issue.
Looked like he was around.
See if I can. Oh, and so I've just streamed Snipe Alberto Lince. I'm so sorry. But yeah, let's go and have a look what happens, because Nick Hughes was leading the AM class as well. I think he had been overtaken for first position, but he's in second at this point. And that Janetta is not great in a straight line. What's happened here? Bit too much curb. Yeah. Bounced over the curbs.
Unlucky.
Yeah, gets a little bit of a door bang and off into the gravel.
Does one not to get into the barrier. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and the rejoin was good as well. So he's down to 29th, which has given the lead of AM class to Arta Lezawiski. I need Adam for this. Adam, come back.
He'll be here next time. He's just doing the Fast and Furious, family.
Which he didn't sound too happy about, but it's neither here nor there. You see Ash Knight, Michelle Schipper, Yotam Sharon, as they were a lap ago.
I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to D family. Black Knight suggesting it's probably Lisevsky.
That'll do for me. Thank you very much, sir. Would you like a commentary job? And I've just noticed as well, some of the best times in race 1 were low 52s. I think we saw maybe 1 or 2 drivers get into the 51s. Best laps so far, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in the 51s.
Are they all in the top 10, I'm guessing?
1, 2, 3, 4, but they are all in the top 10. Yes, they're in the top 8.
That's interesting.
So Dendy's done a 51-2. Yuval Sharon's done a 51-1. Shipper's done a 51-4. Ash Knight with a 51-8. Yotam Sharon with a 51-9. And Matheson with a 51-8. You see Yotam...
I'm not sure if there was contact there between Ash Knight but it looked like Knight has just carried way more speed corners.
Yeah.
Has a move down the inside there.
Let's go and have a quick look then. So you're saying there was a little bit of a... we haven't quite caught it. You thought there was a little bit of a tap between Yotam and...
I don't know if there was a tap so much as maybe I think Shipper took a bit lower than the Porsche behind.
Oh, as we see Yotam, as we come back to live then, Yotam has gone off. Gets a little bit wide at the second to last corner. Takes to the gravel. And that will bring Knight and Brown and Matheson up to 4th, 5th and 6th. Good little battle going on between Matheson and Brown then. Let's go and have a look with Brown. He knows where to place the car, does Ben. He does well in defending that. Matheson has got a fair amount of overspeed then.
But that car just in the way. Big, massive mark. Down the inside he goes.
Oh, a little bit of a door bang. Look at that. Side by side. Door rubbing galore. Matheson loses out and Sharon just gets in and touches Ben. I think Ben's gone round. Oh, yeah, they've all collected each other. Nice spin from Ben.
Yeah, no, I think Matheson just had tried to tuck in behind Sharon and kind of like nudged a little bit going into the corner there.
Yeah.
Or maybe Sharon kind of came across him.
Yeah,
there was there
was a little nudge from Matheson on Sharon. Sharon into Ben. Ben's the worst off for it.
No, the donut was intentional. It was that's purely for style points.
So Ben is now down into 8th position. As we see, Yotam Sharon has got past Matheson. Has gone wide there. A little bit too much curb.
Will we see a drive-through perhaps? Because like as you mentioned, with so many drivers putting in really quick laps. I wonder if we're having just like a higher level of. Oh, Matt's
That was close. I'm just
there.
going to quickly flick to Ash Knight, who's very close to the rear bumper of Michelle Schipper. But that McLaren in a straight line, he's very, very quick.
Yeah, it's almost comical how quickly that car is pulling away.
As he does go wide though, Schipper. Gets turn 1 and 2 all wrong. Has to take to the gravel. Will have lost a little bit of speed, and this will give Ash Knight a chance then. Coming through the second chicane. Quite a lot of curb from that McLaren. You see the Porsche.
Dirt kicks up onto the tyres.
Yeah, and that Porsche is so much better on the brakes as well. He'll be looking to try and have a go at the top of the hill.
Hearn's had an issue down in. He's dropped back down to 18th at least. Whatever happened to him.
Yeah, Hearn has had an issue. He is. You are correct. He's down to 18th position. Just looking at Ash Knight and Michelle Schipper. They're still going at it as they come through Accra Minerale. Right on the bumper. Little nudge there as well. Ash Knight letting Schipper know he's filling his mirrors. So they come up to the chicane. Little nudge from Ash Knight. That sent Schipper across. They've both missed the chicane. And it's as you were. Schipper has managed to, after that bump, has managed to gap a little bit. Nothing Michelle Schipper could do there. The nudge in the braking zone will have. He did the right thing and just cutting the corner and getting it done. But I wonder if he would have got a track cut for that.
You're reading my mind. I was just gonna say there's 12 minutes left. If these drivers, just to finish my last point, like if these drivers are pushing, especially with the pace that Sharon has up in the front, or sorry, Will Dendy even, you know, they're perhaps slightly more likely to catch onto those drive-through penalties this time around. I'd be curious to see if anyone's sitting at the moment with like 3-track limit warnings.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't see any drive-throughs in race 1. Let's see if we get them in race 2. Just noticed Miles Dixon's with us tonight. I didn't notice him earlier on in the Alpine. So he's going some guns. Like, not where he'd want to be, for sure. Miles is quicker than that. And he'd want to be up battling with the likes of the Sharon brothers, Knight, Dendy. But he's down in 13th.
He's trying a new car. I think he's saying in chat that he's normally in the...
He's a Ginetta Sweat.
Yeah. Gin Sweater. There we go.
Gin Sweater, yes. Like that. Repeat that. Ash Knight then still right on the rear bumper of Michelle Schipper. With 10 minutes left to go, I don't think this one is going to be a quick pass and done for the day. It will be going on till the checkered flag. Ash Knight then has got the inside and does get that pass done on Michelle Schipper. So Ash Knight makes his way up to 3rd position. Let's not forget.
He maintained a McLaren on the podium.
Well, yeah, we go to 3 Porsches in the podium positions again, with Ash Knight moving up past Schipper. Will Dendy then 3.7 seconds as they go over the line ahead. He gives us the flash. Thank you, Will. You can obviously hear us. He did say he was going to flash me. Wasn't quite sure what that meant. But he's leading the way by 4 seconds from Yuval Sharon. Ash Knight is further back and has still got Schipper in close attendance. Have a little bit further back. We have Christopher McNichol. Maybe. In the Camaro. Good lad. I'll see someone in the Camaro.
A man after your heart, Johnny.
Yeah, do love me Camaro. He's a beast of a car. It's not very good, but it sounds great. And it's good to see it so high up in 8th position. He's driving it really, really well. And
oh man, can I put in a petition for Camaros at Watkins Glen for some ridiculously long center time?
What, a single spec 4 hours of Watkins Glen?
Yeah, the Camaro, go on.
Giving me ideas. I like it. I like it a lot. So Danny Godici then in ninth, only 6 tenths behind Christopher McNichol. Having a good race, Godici this time around. Had a great battle in race 1 with Daniel Hearn. So looking to cement the top 10 finish as we see go on board. Miles Dixon then caught up to Petty Jelinek, who Jelinek must have had an early issue. He was up running with the front guys. He's now down in 12th, and he's got Miles Dixon right on his rear bumper. Only 3 tenths behind. I must say though, the Alpine does look nice.
Yeah, I was just lost in the gaze of how Wario like that livery is. Just purple, yellow, black energy, good stuff.
Yeah, it does look really, really nice. Actually, when I was at Simply Race on Sunday, we raced the Cup version of the Alpine, and it was really good fun to race. Really good car. Certainly for one, if any guys have got R Factor 2, go and head onto the competition service. They have an Alpine Cup on there with the new Alpine Cup cars. Definitely
No,
worth
Johnny, Adam would kill me, right? We're not sponsored by Simply. Okay, we've got plenty of partners that aren't, that you can all see in the bottom left of your screen. We have Go For The Gap.
We do.
We have Kadan Computers. We have RacingStronger.com. Sim Stuff. How could we forget Sim Stuff on the first stream? The GT4, as we have some sim stuff going on at the moment as Dixon and Jelinek come together on the exit.
I was purposely not mentioning Sim stuff because he's not here.
Oh, both cars running wide.
Yeah. So Hearn is in another good battle assigned with Hamish Eisner. And Zvonimir Burek as well, so nice little gaggle of cars here. A Porsche, a McLaren and an Aston Martin.
6.5 minutes remain. These cars are absolutely
Drive through!
hammer and tongs.
Drive through for Stevie Bain. If it was going to be anyone, it was going to be drive through Bain.
Now, we did have a shocking the chat and in our own commentary, but I feel like a drive through for Bain would.
Oh, there he goes.
Because he can.
There he goes.
Yeah. Walk of shame.
Yeah. If Dave's not here, it's definitely Bain that's usually going to get a drive through. So unlucky Stevie. So I was just having a look then. It looks like Craig Matheson and Yotam Sharon are still going at it.
Dave in chat with the drive-throughs.
And then Stevie with an oops. So Matheson and Sharon then, these two are still battling. This has been going on for quite a few laps now. Changing positions, lap after lap. They're in a great battle. And after Matheson had that initial incident in race 1, see him park it up in the pits. He'll be pleased to get into a top 5 this time around, if only he can hold off Yotam Sharon for the next 5 minutes. Talking of battles that's still going on, Shipper and Ash Knight, they are still going at it. Less than a second apart. Although I nearly stream sniped Michelle Shipper then. I would not have been in the good books if I'd have done that.
Yeah, no, this battle is just raging on into the wee hours of the race. As we get to the closing stages, only a few laps remaining. It is curious to see, like, will then be obviously having a gap to Sharon up in the first 2 spots. So it is one of those things where it's like that consistency just kind of really paying dividends in the second race for him. But this battle for third place is not going to go away anytime soon.
No, definitely not. Stevie Bain says, "Oh, Stevie's been disqualified. He didn't realise the board was that close, and he sped into the pit lanes on his drive-through and got disqualified. That is not the one. Unlucky, Stevie."
The walk of shame has turned into the pit of pity.
The pit of pity. Brilliant. So it looks like Ben Brown has got past that Camaro in the end. So he's up to 7th. Yotam Sharon still on the tail of Craig Matheson as he goes a little bit wide there.
Yeah, I don't think you could go any wider
No.
without taking a serious risk.
So that battle's still going on. Dixon has made his way up to 10th, so he's made 3 positions in the last few laps, so that's good going for him. He's snuck into the top 10. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Lewicki is clear by 4.1 seconds, 4.4 seconds, leading the AM. So after a disastrous race one for him, he is dominated.
Pop forward over to Burek, and then it looks like they were having a very close battle.
So yeah,
maybe the car's behind.
So Easner, it's just been passed by Q4, but this one's not over either. Easner round the outside of the second to last corner. It's going to run off a little bit onto the gravel. Can they hold it as they come through the last corner? Into the gravel again.
Just about. That mark has seen better days.
So is the McLaren. They seem to have both had bumps and bruises, and sign of a good battle, that, right?
That's a letterbox that you could fit a parcel into, I think. In the front grille of the Merc.
Yeah, it does look very banged up. This battle's still not over.
Holds the inside line very tidy.
Was very tidy indeed.
Massive fan of the livery on the McLaren there, I must say.
Yeah, Hamish Racing for Go for the Gap Racing, who is one of our sponsors and one of our partners, run by the wonderful Cammy Sturch. Great to see.
I like how Will Dendy has managed to find time on the streets to message in chat.
Oh, he's doing Dendy things again, is he? But that gap has come down. It says 2.6 seconds, so I think Will might be just managing the race a little bit as he takes to the gravel. Just don't type when going round corners, Christ.
Is there a retort coming in this straight, you could say?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a message to pop up any second. Is he going to give me a flash as well? There we go. Thank you, Will. Driver participation. That's what we like to see. So on to the last lap then. Will in a comfortable 2.4 second lead. I would suggest the time has come down a little bit, but I'm guessing he's just managing his tyres and managing that gap now as he's on the last lap. Yuval Sharon in second position. Ash Knight seems to have made that little bit of gap from Michelle Schipper in third. And battle's still going on. Yotam Sharon still battling with Craig Matheson for 5th position.
Ben Brown getting a little bit of attention from the
Camaro.
That's the one.
Yeah, and he looks like Miles Dixon's had an issue as well because he's dropped behind Petr Jelinek and Tenyo as well. So I don't know what happened to Miles there, but he was in 10th. He's dropped back a couple of spaces. So you see the leader of AM then catching up to the back of Koifel and Eastnut. Obesity Racing Team. What a great name. So go back on board with Dendy then. Gap's come down to 1.7. Just easing it round the last lap. As he comes through the second to last corner. Through the last corner. Little dab of the brakes. And down the home straight then. Flash of the lights from Will. 2 from 2 for Will tonight. This one was a little easier than the first one. But good win for Will Dendy. Second place, Yuval Sharon. Fantastic drive from him. Third place then, Ash Knight. Fourth place, Michelle Schipper. Craig Matheson is just going to hold on, I think, from Yotam Sharon. And does Yotam Sharon then in 6th. Ben Brown is held off McNichol for 7th. And Daniele Cadici then will come across the line. Solid 9th position. Jelinek then coming across the line in 10th. Miles Dixon makes his way back up to 11th. With Tenyo in 12th. Zvonimir Burek in 13th. Shortly after, then Daniel Hearn. Eastner, then Kufel. And then your winner in Am Lewitsky. Great win for him. Good effort. Ryan Davis, 2 second places for him tonight. Good effort in the Racing Stronger with oNiD team. And our race 1 winner, Didier Reuters, comes home in 3rd. So fantastic stuff. Willie Black managed to get up to 21st. Graham Jackson 22nd. Good effort from them. Wait. Our only KTM, well, we didn't mention the KTM tonight, but there was a KTM out on track. Moritz Wagner. Good effort from him. He manages to get 5th in class. Good effort. Oh, some good racing again tonight.
Now, I don't want to throw too much shade Willie's way, but if you look at that leaderboard, you see a sea of pro drivers, and then you see stuck in between the AMs, you see Willie Black for some reason.
We expect more from Willie, don't we? Really?
Yeah, his algorithm's clearly tweaking on his end. Maybe to see, I think what we see there though is the pressure he had kind of put on, because he was in the pits for a while during quali, and then could only really manage to get up to, I think it was like 22nd. I think he had qualified, or 21st. Which with the Jeanette on the straight probably didn't do him too many favors. So where are we going next week, Johnny?
Oh, talk about grabbing someone that when they're unprepared.
Yeah. I only asked this because I wasn't. Well, I only say that because maybe it'll be a track that'll suit the Jeanette a little bit more than.
Next week we're at Alton Park.
I would say Willie would be just happy out there. I think the Janetta is a pretty solid choice.
Yeah, it'd be definitely good at. Janetta's always good at a British track. They suit that car, so I'm sure Willie will be up battling with the guys next time around. So yeah, great stuff then tonight. Will Dendy taking both wins in race 1 and race 2. He definitely made race 2 look easier than race 1.
Yeah, I think it was just down to like maybe it was first race nerves for the pro literal GT4 driver, but definitely it was definitely 2 very different races in that sense. A lot more kind of battling around the leaders on the first race, whereas the second one was, I think it was a lot more of a battle for attrition, kind of just trying to manage that gap and stuff. So it was fantastic both times around, though. It was gripping.
Yeah, is there any drivers really struck you as being, having a brilliant drive tonight, or is there one driver you want to pick as your driver of the day?
I did enjoy watching the Hearn and
Gadici.
There we go. Yeah, I think the 2 of them just massive kudos, just for the respect they were showing each other going around those battles. I think I don't want to pick either one, but I would give them both top marks.
Yeah, no, it was. There were some really good battles. For me, race 1, I'm gonna give it to Hiker. I thought he was unlucky not to get a 3rd position, but a top 4 for Hiker is a really, really good effort from him. He's learning different cars. He was in the Porsche last season. He's in the Aston this time, so he's learning different cars, learning his craft, and that was a good effort from him. And also, obviously, shout out to Will Dendy. Great races from him. Really good stuff.
Yeah, good shout.
Yeah, so next week we move on to Alton Park. I will be back on track next week, and Adam will be joining you in the comms booth. Hydra.
Yeah, I am absolutely looking forward to seeing how much carnage you can put the rest of for drivers when they get, because the last time I raced you in the Geneva around Alton Park was in Project Cars 2 a few years ago at this stage.
God, that is a few years ago.
Yep, I think it was what the juniors or whatever they have. Um, or maybe we didn't. I don't know. But in any case, I think we're in for a right old treat around beautiful Alton Park.
Yeah, it will be good. Definitely. GT4 suit that track. So it will be fantastic to see the guys giving it all around there, and I'll be back on track as well. So I'll be looking to hopefully get in a top 10, but we will see. I'm going to be bringing out the Monster Energy AMG GT4 next week, so that'll be good. Thanks to Ben for doing that for me. So yeah,
Is Ben just on contract to do all the soft energy drinks, including Iron Brew and Monster?
I don't know, to be honest. I know he does it. He does a fair few. He does all mine for me. I ask him to do all mine because he's been doing. I've kind of had a NASCAR theme for my liveries throughout my championships. My favourite cars. He's been doing all them for me. But I know a lot of guys do get in touch with him and do their liveries, and he does a really good job of them. And they do look nice on stream. So
also he's a partner of the stream too.
he is a partner. Yes, Ben22 Racing, for all your livery needs. Give him a message. Drop him a message. He's never too busy to do a livery for you. He's going to kill me for saying that.
Yeah, words to hold him by.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, we're going to close the stream off there. It's been fantastic racing tonight. Congratulations to all our winners. Hydra, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah, guys, same time next week. We are at Alton Park, GT4s. It's just a good time to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the follows. And we will see you next week.